Emma pushed open the creaky door, the scent of dust and old things washing over her. She loved antique shops, each object holding a story, a whisper of the past. The shopkeeper, a frail man with eyes that held ancient secrets, glanced at her over his spectacles. "Anything in particular, miss?" he rasped, his voice like dry leaves rustling. Emma shook her head, her gaze drawn to a tarnished silver mirror tucked away in a shadowy corner. It was beautiful, its ornate frame engraved with twisting vines and strange symbols. "That's unusual," Emma murmured, reaching for the mirror. The shopkeeper abruptly stood, his face etched with a strange concern. "That one, miss, it's not for sale." Emma frowned. "Why not?" The shopkeeper hesitated, then leaned closer, his voice a low murmur. "It shows more than reflections, that one does. It shows what's forgotten." Intrigued, Emma insisted on buying the mirror. The shopkeeper's warnings only fueled her curiosity. Back home, she held the mirror up. At first, it was just her reflection, ordinary, familiar. Then it rippled, the reflection wavering like water disturbed. A young Emma stared back, her younger self laughing as she played with another girl. A girl with bright red hair and a gap-toothed grin. Emma's breath caught in her throat. She had no memory of this girl, yet the reflection felt achingly familiar. The scene shifted, the laughter fading. Emma saw her teenage self, her face stained with tears, arguing with a woman whose back was turned. As the woman turned, Emma gasped. It was her mother, her face etched with a pain that mirrored her own, the memory of their last fight, a fight that ended with harsh words and a slammed door washed over her. The mirror showed a memory Emma had buried deep, a memory of her mother's illness and her own guilt at the last angry words they'd exchanged. She saw her younger self storm out, leaving her mother standing there, her face pale and drawn. The scene shifted again, showing her mother in a hospital bed, her hand reaching out for Emma, who wasn't there. Emma sobbed, clutching the mirror, the weight of her regret crushing her. Why couldn't she remember the red-haired girl? Who was she, and why had that memory been stolen from her? The mirror offered no answers, only more haunting glimpses of forgotten moments, each one chipping away at Emma's sense of self. Then the reflections changed again. This time it wasn't the past, but a glimpse into the future. Emma saw herself, older, alone in a dimly lit room. The mirror lay shattered on the floor, its shards reflecting her terrified face. She was screaming, but no sound came out. The image was so vivid, so real, that Emma stumbled back, dropping the mirror. It clattered to the floor, the silver cracking. Terror lent her strength. She picked up the mirror and smashed it against the wall, but as the dust settled, Emma froze. In the largest shard, her reflection remained. It wasn't her fearful reflection, but the one from moments ago, the one staring into the future. And it was smiling, a slow, chilling smile that spread across its lips, a silent promise echoing in the stillness of the room.